Did you skip 3
She
grades?
said your grade is at the beginning, age is at the beginning, mine's at the
Anyway,
end.
We're going that way. I'm in the same grade, and I'm still younger than y'all bitches.
Don't do that. Nobody asked you. The youngest one here is this one. All right, Brittany, what's on your mind, sis? Tell us.
That you guys are lying on her and she's 32.
Exactly.
Girl, what is on your mind? Go, your turn.
I'm not thinking about
Girl,
it right
if
now.
you don't say something, we're not doing this with you.
I have no
You have
thoughts.
thoughts. You like people to think that you have no thoughts, but your face is full of thoughts. You're full of thoughts. It literally permeates off of your spirit.
Just call her Thoughtina.
Because it's there. It's there. We're just waiting for you to share it. No judgment. What's on your mind?
Bust
It's
down,
just, it's
Tatiana,
just my
bust
aura.
down.
I can't help it. It's strong.
Is it, or you just have a lot to say? You won't say it.
You
You won't say it.
Ooh, so we can talk about boundaries.
Go ahead, bitch.
I don't have.
sorry, Mom.
I don't have any.
You're working on it.
Nobody taught me boundaries. No one had boundaries when I was growing up, and so I was like, "What the fuck is a boundary?" And
Right.
you think a boundary is self-esteem, but it's not. Like
Not at
self-esteem
all.
and boundaries
Yeah.
are two different
You
things.
don't know.
Yes, and so boundaries like shape your whole life is what I'm learning.
Girl.
Absolutely.
And the relationships you have and the things you are able to do.
Absolutely.
How do you cope with influencing a boundary now after you didn't set one in the beginning?
Raise hell, bitch. You just gotta raise
Well, no,
Turn
I
up.
feel like I'm more like I set this is it, and either you're gonna
Yeah,
be
there
here,
you go.
I'm gonna be over there. Like
Yep.
I don't have like patience anymore for things.
But what are the consequences when someone doesn't
I'll
respect
remove
the
Exactly.
myself.
boundary?
That's a consequence.
That's
So boundaries are
That's
big for
one.
you right now. You're in a space where you're creating and learning and creating your own boundaries. I respect that.
am.
How do you think it's going?
Good, actually.
What makes you think that's going well?
I think people are recognizing that there's boundaries.
Okay. What kind of boundaries? Tell me like one thing that you've created that is like very like, damn it, I did it. I created this fucking boundary.
Why are you making me think so hard?
Right.
Well, I don't even think that
It's
you're
like
thinking
a
hard. I feel
lot
like it's
of-
there. I'm just trying to draw it out of you.
but it's just because it's a lot, and I feel like because I'm just now here,
Right.
figuring this
Yeah.
out, and so it's like, I feel like for me, it's like I have to take a lot of time to think about: was that a boundary that was crossed, or was that me? Because there's also like the bratty side too. Like, was I just being a stubborn brat?
So
Or
you don't
was that
necessarily know what the boundaries are yet. Like, you're
Yeah,
still
I'm figuring
developing
them out.
But are you vocal with your boundaries? Like, so do
Well, she can't
people
be vocal
know?
with the stuff that she's still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Right.
She's trying to figure it out.
That's a
Well, I ask the questions because oftentimes it's important to get out of your own head.
Why do you just want me? No, you just want me to say stuff.
No, I don't.
I mean, we are on a podcast.
I know, but
they want us to air. They want us to air.
They
our
do,
stuff.
and I'm
They
not.
do.
I'm
It's
not.
not. It's
'Cause
honestly-
people be in my business, okay?
Honestly,
Don't nobody be in my business, but
it's not even
And
about
I
me.
tell you guys, from friend to friend, no one gives a fuck about
Right,
neither one
exactly.
of y'all.
Bruh.
But I think
I said nobody's being in my business,
People
but
are
still.
in my fucking
But I
business.
think-
I'm good.
I think you
I don't
miss.
know.
Who?
I think
why-
hold on, pause. I think you misconstrue me asking questions with me trying to get you to air your business. It's not about that. I'm the same way with anybody that I have any sort of relationship with. If I'm talking to you and I feel like there may be more there, I'm not going to allow you to just give me the surface. Now, if you don't want me to give a fuck about you, I can do that too. But for me, it's more
All
about,
the way to not giving a fuck
yeah,
about
because
me?
no,
It's
because
either or. It's
That
black
goes
or
back
white.
to,
no,
it goes
black
back
or
to the
white.
time thing.
and right, it goes back to who I am too as a human, like as a person. I'm like you're either in it or you're not. It's not like it's not even like I'm trying to
Well,
like
it's like you're investing. You're investing in the friendship.
I'm simply just asking questions like, what do boundaries mean to you? Because I think as black women in general, we stay in our heads. Like we're taught not to be vulnerable. We're taught to keep going. We're taught to not tell people our business because they're in our business. And I feel like that's a generational thing that we have to get out of. And that's why so many black women to me suffer silently, because we're taught as women, as black women, to not share how you feel, because you never know who's out to get you or who's coming for you or who's in your business or who is not maneuvering with the best intentions. And I think my purpose sometimes, because I'm like that with Sierra. I don't let Sierra tries to give me surface, but I'm always gonna ask more questions. I think we've had conversations, not anymore, but I'm saying like we've had conversations where you don't want to give me everything. We've talked about Judas before, where I'm not getting everything, but I'm always gonna. And I think it's also
it's emotional stuff.
But
it takes more to get to her emotional
right,
side.
and that's what I'm saying. That's vulnerability, because you, as a human, being vulnerable is a very foreign feeling.
She's gonna give you all the facts.
Right, you're gonna give me the facts, but you're not gonna give me your emotions, and I want your emotions. I don't want the facts. I know the facts.
She wants you to be crying.
Well, but no,
I don't want you to cry. Why you gotta be so annoying?
I give emotions.
You
She's
do
had
not.
many girl.
Brittany, let's be
You're not
100.
very emotional.
You are not emotional. I've only heard you cry or be emotional one time in
I've
our
called you so
3 or 4
many
years.
times
No, you've
overly
ranted.
emotional.
You've ranted.
Upset.
That's my emotion.
No. True emotion of ranting is different. We've all rant.
Yeah.
You can rant to anybody. You can rant to a stranger on the street. But being vulnerable and emotional with somebody
is very different.
I've only had you do that one time with me. And how long have we known each other? 4 years.
Because I'm very much like, okay, like I told her, I'm like, I can be out and then I have to go be a hermit. I guess IU this last week. Like, I have to come back to myself and like be with myself. And I don't, so by the time I come out, I'm usually like fine. I like I talk to my mom and like I have like friends I do that with, like that I'm like.
And I respect that. I'm not that person that you want to do that with. And I definitely respect that. That's your boundary. But if we're in this environment and I'm asking questions, like, that's what we're here for. Like, I'm not, like, I don't tell all of my business because I have boundaries and it's not everybody's business what I've gone through.
I tell all mine.
But we know, girl. But I'm going to give you just enough. So sometimes, right. But sometimes, right, it may take some time. But for me, like, I have a difficult time just accepting surface stuff from people. Like, if you're going to be in my circle and we're going to be around and you're going to know some of my business, me just knowing one layer is uncomfortable for me. Now, I'm going to push my limits, and it's your responsibility to tell me, hey, I don't want you to push that. And that's cool. I know where we stand. But I'm just saying, like, as a person, that's just me as a person. I'm always anybody that I'm building a relationship, I'm always going to ask questions.
So I feel like, though, that I'm at, like, the age I'm at, and it's funny because people said this all the time, like, once you enter your 30s, you start figuring out who you are. That's definitely where I'm at right now, is that I'm figuring out who I am. I'm 31, and I'm, like, really, like, holy shit. Like,
it's a
I'm
process.
Like, I'm like, wow.
31 was
31
rough.
was rough.
31 was
30,
rough. 30
to
to 30.
28 to 32 was rough.
Those were rough years, man.
And then you were just like,
fuck
all
it.
this.
Fuck it.
I'm going to just be out here.
So. I didn't experience anything we got to talk about. I've been like, fuck it since I was like 2.
But we're not going to do this right now. We're going to go ahead and jump. I already said my issue. My issue is people. I have so many issues right now, just in life in general. My issue, I have so many issues with just humans.
I just don't waste my fucking time. Man.
I think my thing right now is like, is the time thing, but time on so many levels. Time in relationship, time at work, time with friendships, time with families, time with everything. People are out here dying, and we're wasting time on stupid shit.
And you never know how long you have with someone.
Right, and I think that's my thing. Like, I'm fine. I think now at 36, I'm hitting a point where I'm like, people are dying. Like, people are getting sick. Tragic things are happening. Life fucking sucks sometimes. So I'm trying to make the best out of every situation and capture everything. So, like, with me at work, I keep things separate. I keep things separate because my experience at work is when people know your business, oftentimes they use it against you. I don't make friends at work.
Well, you also work in an environment that matters, right?
It matters. People can't know. And the same thing with, I always tell people all the time, I'm not close to a lot of people, but the people I'm close to, I'm extremely close to.
Yeah.
So if you are coming into my circle, like, I just, like, I want to know shit because I want to know if I can trust you or not. We all have issues. Like, we all have mad shit. We all going through stuff. We all got family stuff. So my thing is, if I can't rely on you emotionally.
But I'm going to spill my tip. But my tip was validation, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you can ask for the validation from someone. Or you don't even have to ask. I mean, I think I don't know why we are, and I said this weekend, I believe we are different women from most women. And I say that because we are more authentic. I think we are louder with our standpoints. I think we are more honest than most. Yeah. And I think we stand in a certain truth that some people may not even, like you saying, for Brittany, you're coming into that truth. And some of us have been here or some of us have struggled to get there. But the truth is at the end game for everyone at the end of the day, right? I think we all want to be who we are as a person. But like even this week, or not this weekend, last weekend, I've always been on a playing field with you with I don't know where we stand. Like I like her. I love her. I don't know if she like me and love me back.
Really?
Or something. Yes, but
why don't you ask me?
No, I don't have to ask you anymore because even though I had those doubts, and it's crazy because I literally had those doubts coming into that weekend to a certain extent, but that Saturday, you said to me, you don't have to worry whether I'm loyal to you or I love you or I care about you.
This happened last weekend?
At the party.
It wasn't about you, friend. It was about us. So we had that moment.
I know I'm loved.
Bitch, this is
unfortunately.
You're so annoying.
That is so weird.
No.
I'm like, all my friends love me.
I can see how that would be a question. But I'm the kind of person with, if I don't rock with you, there's no way you'd be around me. Like, and I think people don't and I definitely have a wall up, and I think we all have had bad experiences in life with other people. Yeah. And so for me, I wouldn't be doing this. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a certain level of trust that comes with everything. Like. I would have never said yes. I would have never let you into my home. Like, there are things that come with that.
Well, people don't stress the fact of home.
Yeah.
We also talked about that this weekend with a couple of my other friends, is that if you're in my home,
I trust you.
That's a big thing.
Because a lot of people have not come to my home.
I don't want your energy. In my home, that's my rawest form.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm saying all the bad things.
Right. I don't have colleagues in my home. And it's not that I don't like them. I love them. My boss is so freaking awesome when it comes to that. Like, hey, come share in my actual home. Yeah. I love that about him. But he's probably gotten to a point where he said, hey, if they gonna trust me with this, I gotta have them in my home.
I get that from Asia's dad. Asia's dad taught us that early.
About having
Griff taught us about letting,
like,
you used to always, because that's where Tony gets it from. Your dad was always very adamant about being mindful about people that you work with. I get a lot of that from my mom, but I really remember Griff, like, punching that into our heads growing up. Like, you don't let people know what's going on at home. Like, you don't let people know when you get a new car. You don't let people know when you buy a house. Like,
be silent. Be successful.
There's just
be silent
on the low. Like,
success.
Tony is super low key. Nobody knows where he works. You know what I'm saying? People don't know what Tony does. They don't know what he drives. They don't know where he lives.
I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's
I don't
why
even know
I'm
what kind of car your brother drives.
Nobody. Tony is, and that's one thing I love about my brother. My brother can be as flashy as he wants to be, but there's one thing Tony does not put his business out there.
People don't like that though, because people, I mean, law school, college people, like, Asia, I don't feel like you like us, you want to share. And I'm like, I need a certain level of trust to share everything. Sure. But when you see me with you guys, they're like, this is a different Asia.
Right.
Because I'm like, I know that I can trust them with everything.
Absolutely.
Like, we've been through it all at this point. Like, I say, we've been married for a couple decades now. Right. So I know I can trust them. I don't know you well enough to know if I can trust you.
If you're going to slip up.
Yeah, I'm not telling you everything. Right. And you may be a great person, but that takes like
a minute.
It takes like a minute, or we have to have a certain type of connection. Right. You know?
Right.
Because
I got to be able to trust. Because my thing is with people, if a hit dog will holler. If you talk to me about everybody's business, I'm very apprehensive about messing with you. Yeah. If you talk trash on everybody, my thing, even when you fall out with them, I'm very mindful about what I do and how I act around you.
That's one thing I will say. Now, I learned my lesson from a childhood to now. Now, if we fall out, we fall out.
That's it.
That's the end of it.
Yep.
I'm not about to go. I might if we're sharing about certain topics and things like that, and
Right.
somebody comes up, but if that person was to sit here at the table and they would tell you themselves, I don't think I'm telling their business.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
that's not telling their business.
But if it's
but
some
if
deep,
we
dark
ain't
secret
cool
shit.
or whatever, like realistically, we have a childhood friend together that I don't talk to no more. I don't mess with her or nothing like that, and I will never mess with this person again. She's, to me, what we had is unrepairable to
Yeah.
a certain extent. But y'all don't know nothing for real about her.
Yeah.
Realistically, y'all don't know what I've been through.
I don't know. We're going to ask when this is
Right.
over, though.
Right, but I'm just saying it's to the point where y'all don't even know who I'm talking
Right,
about
not at
because
all.
I didn't come
'Cause
to
I'm
you and
sitting
tell
here
you her
like-
stuff.
I'm like, we don't have
I
that
feel
many
like I
jobs.
should
Oh
know
no!
that.
And
I
the
don't know
thing
that
is,
many
she
people.
can go to her death knowing that whatever happened.
death.
Yeah, I ain't never
I
going to
better
tell
go
her
to
business.
my death. All
Never.
right. All right. So that was, I like the freestyle. Pew, pew, pew. I need the pew,
I'm
pew, pew.
dead.
Okay. All right. Ready for advice advice minutes? I know. Who has it? Who
I
wants to
forgot
start?
mine.
Who wants to start? Okay, I have mine. I'll go first. My advice is, hey sis, don't worry about their ego. If you're not being pleased sexually, please speak up. If you are not getting that wasn't about
Oh, but you said sexually, but mine was speak up. But go ahead.
Okay,
girl. Go
okay.
ahead,
So
girl.
ours are
Piggybacks.
together. We'll piggyback.
You
You'll go
talking about
next.
sex? You
I'm talking about
life.
sex.
Yes.
Don't go through your relationship with somebody and you are not being pleased sexually. Say something. If you're not getting enough sex, if the sex is not adventurous enough for you, if it's not freaky enough for you, if they're not hitting your G spot, please say something. If you want to add toys, it is your vagina. And you need to do with it what you like to do with it. Everyone deserves to be pleased. And if you're not being pleased, what's the point of having sex? It's pointless.
Yes.
All right, see, go.
We're not
boom.
children
Where's
anymore.
the clapping hands?
Oh, okay,
The
wait,
clap
ready?
of the hand.
Hold on.
I like the clapping hands for that.
Thanks, guys.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, I had to turn it off. Okay. I didn't know that was just
Applause.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, mine is speak up, but it's speak up in your work setting. If you're at work or you are an entrepreneur, whatever, speak up. Say what you want. You have that vision. That vision came to you. It didn't have to come to everybody else, right? So you go after what you believe in that vision, but always remember there's a risk, there's a challenge, and there's a point where you can overcome in success. So you have to make sure you know that A, B, and C if you're going to speak up and do it. I have a huge project at my 9 to 5 that I spoke up and did, and I did that shit. Now, here's the thing. It came with a lot of risk. A lot of people I didn't account for. Because when you got some kind of project and you got 30 other people counting on you to get there, it's a lot. But speak up. Do what you feel is right and be willing to take whatever comes back to it. If
Pew,
it
pew,
fails,
pew.
it fails. It succeeds, it succeeds.
I still don't remember mine, but
Brittany,
Skip
I
her.
don't know. Skip me too.
Y'all have
Look.
jobs.
I'm dead.
I mean, okay.
Can y'all hurry
I
up?
guess
'Cause
off,
we're- off the dome.
Get a prenup.
Boom. That's a good advice.
Get a
We'll
prenup.
stop right there. Make it quick.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Depend. Like,
A
who are you
post-nup
talking
and a
to? Which person?
get me. Like, get a prenup because if you came into something with something you want to, not all marriages last forever.
Boom.
And everybody has good intentions about staying together forever, but the
Shit
marriage
happens.
rate is dropping. I mean, the divorce rate is dropping, but the marriage rate is also dropping. But anyway, get a prenup because you want to protect yourself in the long run, and you can. It's not going to necessarily mean that you guys are going to break up. It's the same way you have life insurance,
Boom.
you
Life
know,
insurance for your marriage.
or car insurance, or any other type of insurance.
Okay.
You never know. You get busted in the mouth. You need,
I
you know,
denounced
something.
it.
Boom. Okay.
Get a prenup.
Brittany, your advice?
I thought we were skipping me.
Ma'am,
Oh
we're
my
over. It's done. The
God.
show's over.
Chicky. Great one because we're going into summer and people have dark spots, dark marks on their face
Girl.
because of their acne.
These masks.
I'm just
Go ahead, Harry. Come on.
I'm just saying that there are, because people try to shove the vitamin C in your face, there are way better options for different kinds of skin, especially oily skin, to get rid of those dark marks and acne scars. One of them is azelaic acid. You can buy it from The Ordinary. It's only, I think, $7.99. So if you want to try it out, you got to use it consistently for like a good month or two, but you definitely will like be like glowing, you know.
A little summer.
No, she's great. She did it with me.
Awesome.
I like The Ordinary.
Well, this was a good show, guys. Thank you so much for listening. All my people that are new to the show, come on back. We'll see you next one. And all my people who have been consistent, don't forget, tell your friends. All right. Don't forget to misbehave, ladies.